Hello, everyone! Woohoo! Good life. Hello, everyone. Angela here again. I'm so happy. Today I am with a special guest, Lana Pflanz. So let me introduce Lana. I'm going to talk a little bit about her. Lana is a client of mine, and she's been working with me, I believe, since January, right, Lana?
Yeah,
Yeah. So can you introduce yourself to everyone here?
sure. So I'm Lana Pflanz. I am a holistic wellness coach, and my niche is empty nest women who are wondering what is next for them in their life.
Amazing. Empty nest. This is your niche, right?
This is my niche.
Can you explain to everyone here what is it about, Lana?
Yeah, the empty nest is moms whose children are grown and gone from the house. And we're so invested in our children and raising our children. They're like consuming our purpose for so many years, and now that they've left home, we're sitting there wondering, what are we supposed to do with ourselves now? We're
Mm.
sad and depressed and like, what's going on? What do we do?
Okay. And have you been this emptiness before?
Yes, yes. That's why I chose this niche, because my two daughters are 26 and 25 now.
Oh.
But 2 years ago, both of them left home within 2 weeks of each other. And I thought I was ready for the empty nest. I was happy for them. I was excited for them. But as they were getting ready to move out, I just fell apart. I just started crying and I couldn't control it. I just cried for weeks. And it was like a huge tsunami of emotions that I wasn't ready for.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Mhm.
this is interesting because I do believe there are a lot of women that are feeling lonely now and without a purpose.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
that's
Exactly.
that's the space that you can help them.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And so in January, you joined my program, my 6 month program, Akashic Alignment Education.
Yes.
And can you tell everyone the benefits, the outstanding results that you are getting from it?
It is hard for me to put into words how incredible this time has been with you, because every time we do a session, it goes so deep and there's so much wisdom.
Yeah.
And it just like reveals so much to me about my relationships, about my business, about my projects, about my book. And it gives me golden nuggets
Yeah.
to really examine and process and say, okay, how am I going to use this? How am I going to implement this into my life and my business?
And in which ways you have been implemented that in your life, in your business? Because I always say that our way of life, we are exactly at the hub, the core of it. And what our truth or what we are being or who we are being reflects or mirrors the areas, okay, of the wheel of life. So in which ways, as you say, the juiciness of our of our sessions, because we have our one-to-one and also the group calls,
Yeah,
yes. And so
yeah,
in which ways all this juiciness that you were, as I said, you were grabbing it, right?
yeah.
In which ways have you implementing in your business, because you have projects that now they are almost done, right? Ready for everyone.
Yeah.
So tell me how you are implementing them.
I think the biggest
Mm.
aha for me is to stop and go inward and to really connect to my truth And my purpose,
Mm.
my authenticity, connect to God and source, and really feel, okay, what is my next step with this? Because I want to stay in alignment with my truth.
Yeah.
I want to honor myself, and I want to honor my journey. And what I want to bring forth has to come from my heart, my truth, my soul. So it's always going into that process of going back into myself and listening to my inner voice, my intuition. And then once I get those next steps, and also the things that we
Mm-hmm.
discuss in our sessions, it's okay. This is sort of a next layer of what I'm going to implement, what I'm going to bring forth in my project, in my book, in my life.
Yes. And then you have finished, I believe so, writing your book.
Yes,
Yes, it's the
yes,
proofreading process now. So tell me about it, because we downloaded all the scope and the structure of your book in your Akashic Records. I
yes.
was just the instrument receiving all the guidance from your guides, in your records. So
Mhm.
can you share that to everyone that is listening here? See
Yeah,
that everything that we go through in the sessions, like clearings, healings, restoration, activations, all the timeline energy work, but in fact, you have a treasure on your hands, in fact, that you can put it in practice in the now, right?
yes,
So can you explain
absolutely.
about that, about your book?
Yeah, I think writing a book or a few books in my lifetime has been like such a deep heart's desire for me, like a soul mission, a purpose. And so be able to write a book for my niche, my empty nest women, and take them on the journey of, the pain and sorrow and the emptiness that we feel, and
Mm-hmm.
bringing us back into the light, back into our authentic self, who we were before we had children. We are such an amazing being of light, and we have so many gifts and talents and wisdom and experiences to share with the world. It's really coming home to ourself through the journey of this book, to realize that, you have so much to give to others and to the world just because of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just shining a light on those different areas of their lives to bring out their light in the world, their purpose, their soul mission, who they were born to be.
Who they were born to be, exactly, because we are born with our purpose. And writing your book, it was at the same time uh, one of the ways that you could deepen into your own purpose, right?
Yes, absolutely. Going through that process of telling my stories and healing myself too, as I retell those stories. The more I tell the stories, the less raw they get, the less hurtful they get, and the more power comes out of them because of the lessons and the truth that I learned from them.
Oh yeah. Yes, and this is very clear when we talk about our personality self and our individuality self. Yes, when we are here, becoming ready, in fact, equipping ourselves with everything that we are to accomplish our soul purpose. In
Yeah.
fact, this is our uniqueness or individuality self that is operating. Yes. And
Yes.
I really can see that. When you started January and now, and what is amazing, guys, that we are now aligning and your program to the book. Yes.
Yes.
We have 5 pillars, right? There are 5 pillars
Yes.
that makes part of your book and also your program, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. My coaching program is a reflection of my book and the 5 pillars that leaped me out of my rut where I felt stuck and alone and helpless and fear and all of those things. And the coaching program just takes the clients deeper and deeper into those 5 pillars and how they can implement it in their own life.
Yes, and now you're working on your program,
Yes.
receiving these amazing insights and downloads from your Akashic Records. So
Hmm.
totally tailored, customized for you, Lana, and for your clients, for the people that are meant to work with you. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
It's so heartfelt, so soul felt. Like it has to come from that pure place, I believe.
Yes, the pure place of who you really are, as
Mhm.
we talk a lot about it. Our unique truth, our Akashic truth. And do you recommend Akashic alignment education for others? So
Absolutely.
these leaders of
Absolutely.
light.
Oh my gosh, yes, because like my spiritual journey is so important to me. And that's what really drew me to your program and you, because I want to go deeper with my spirituality. I want to see the depth and the wisdom of what is available to me and my soul. And I want to be able to understand it and create from that place.
Yes, when you talk about create from that place, something that comes to mind that we have been working on divine mother and divine father, or divine masculine and divine feminine. And I always say that is the divine feminine or mother that really creates, manifests. So, in which ways healing within you, your relationship with your mom and dad helped you greatly to be where you are today?
Oh wow, that's a powerful question because
Yeah.
um, I had a really difficult relationship with my dad. He was an alcoholic and he was abusive. And when I was 14 years old, a situation happened that scared me so bad that I decided never to return to my dad's house for the summers to visit him. And when you and I were going into that session, you were able to tell me that event really ignited my passion for freedom for women
Yes.
and freedom for children, freedom from abuse, freedom from control. And I had never seen my relationship with my dad in that light before, where, his actions and behavior ignited my purpose and my passion, a big part of it. And so that was incredible because from that perspective, and I love my dad, it's that
Mhm.
I can be grateful to my experience with him because of what it created in me. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and with my mother, um, that's an ongoing process because there's so much to unpack there. But every time it gives me more insight into my contract with my mother and how
Oh,
our
yeah.
relationship works, and being able to go back to forgiveness and gratefulness for her and my ancestors, my lineage, on
Oh,
my
yes.
mother and father's side. There's such a bigger picture in all of this that I can be grateful for.
Yes, and we work at ancestral level very frequently.
Yeah.
Yes, and remember talking about our ancestors. I remember that one of the sessions that we had, that we were in fact healing or dissolving those roles. Yes, and one of them was the good girl. Yes, and then
Yeah.
you post one of the, I think it's one of the chapters, I don't know, of your book, that
Yes.
we talk about that, because the good boy, the good girl, these roles that in fact we end up playing them, these roles in our lives, to be a good girl, to be a good boy, then we're going to be this good person in our, when we become adults, and we, when we are working, and then we like to be a good employee, all of this, the good person. And I remember that it was something really important, because what underlies that I am not heard or seen. And this is something, this is a wound that I see clearly with my clients, is that it holds them back from getting more clients or stepping at the next level.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
because every time that you try to up level yourself, there's something that pull you back like that. Why? Because if you want to up level, we have to leave behind all those roles and really be who you really are. And I remember that so clearly working, healing the relationship with your mother here, and also with the divine mother. Because
Yeah.
isn't it, Lana? Because
Yeah.
when we dissolve all those roles that in fact they don't serve us any longer right here, right now. So it's like a gateway that opens to you for some wow, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. I love going through those healing sessions with you because it's not just receiving wisdom and all of that. It's actually healing, those contracts and dissolving
Oh,
those
yes.
ties that no longer serve us, to actually do that powerful spiritual work of healing the relationships from the past and the contracts that we've made with other people.
Exactly. We settle contracts, yes, with mom and dad. And something important to say here that we have contracts that, in fact, they limit us, but also we have contracts that empower us.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not only the negative, but there's the positive. There's something positive here too. Yes, and yeah, I remember that. And also something important to say to everyone here that doesn't know about Akashic alignment sessions is that the healings, they are totally customized for you, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, and sometimes you can tell about it that I say, oh, Lana, this is the first time I did like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we're so unique and our journey is so unique. It's totally tailored to our soul and what we're going through.
Exactly. Yes, working on our uniqueness. That's the point. And I am in your Akashic Records. So I receive everything that I have to. Reading is part of the process, but it's not the main process. And then everything unfolds during the session. And this is amazing. And also, the homework assignments are so important.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Making sure that you do the homework because we have to do the work in order to, reap the rewards, and I want to do the homework because that's where the harvest is going to be, to actually put
Yeah.
it into action.
The harvest. I love that.
Yeah.
The harvest. Yes, that's it, Lana. Anything else would you like to say here about your work? When we finish the live, I will post here the links, okay, of your calendar and your Facebook profile link too. And if people want to get in touch with you, it would be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. If there's any empty nest women out there that are wondering what's next for them in their life, I would love them to join my Facebook group and just start experiencing, that freedom, that joy, that wisdom, little nuggets every single day and every single week that are coming. And I just want to say that I'm so honored and so blessed to be working with you, Angela, to receive the work that you do is so powerful and incredible. And I'm just so happy and grateful that we met and that I could be a part of your world and learn this amazing depth from you.
Yes, and everything happens because, Lana, you allow it to happen. Yes, you allow the healing to process, you allow to receive. And something that you are learning is this allowing to receive. Yes, because long years tapping into the masculine in order to survive, makes things happen. We forget what receiving is like, isn't it?
Absolutely. Going back into our divine feminine and learning how to surrender and receive and allow that's a huge part of us being able to rebalance the divine feminine and the divine masculine within each one of us, because we have been in survival mode in the masculine for so long. This is a new learning for us to remember how to get into our divine feminine.
Yes. And also, I do believe that receiving, as I call the art of receiving, has to do with our worthiness, our pure worthiness that we work a lot to in our sessions, one-to-one and group calls, because worthiness is something, if you feel not worthy enough, it's also will hold you back. Yes?
Yes. And in our sessions, we always talk about stepping into the light and stepping into our truth and embodying
yes,
as a powerful spiritual being. And so that part of it too is not only healing the old and the past that doesn't serve us anymore, but now stepping into our truth and our light and being that powerful person and light into the world.
Exactly. And also inviting our child, that oh child, you can see a bright future, because our child is also divine, isn't it? So let's grow together, because we have to allow ourselves to see the bright future ahead. And we can only do that if you are here in the now. We grab the gifts that I see as diamonds, the lessons learned, then you apply into the now, and then you build the future that you want. And then, isn't it? So it's so important, together with our inner child that is Akashic, to envision, that I call the spiritual vision. Yes, we are always talking about our spiritual vision, and embody your spiritual vision, recalibrating your nervous system of your divinity, and that it's here for you. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, so true. I mean, the work that we do with the inner child is hugely impactful. It's so deep and so powerful, and it touches those wounds that we had from the past. And it's like, okay, let's bring the light there, and let's step into your power from there. We don't have to stay stuck in those old wounds because our inner child was neglected or abandoned or didn't have a voice. And now we, as the adult, can heal what we didn't have as a child.
Exactly. And unblock or remove these Akashic blocks that are in these portals that I call chakras. Yes, clearing that so that you can have space to create alignment into your truth, into your purpose, what I'm here for, what I was born with, because it's always within us, never out there. And I see that our inner child, in fact, is the one that mirrors the timelines in our records. And so that's why I have the 3 timelines all together, the main ones, the inner child, ancestry timeline, and the past experiences. So they always cross each other. So there is something to be done, and like magic.
Yes. That was a really cool thing too, was also working with my ancestors, receiving the gifts from my ancestors.
Yes.
Gifts from my lineages. That was really cool, to be able to talk about that and learn about that too.
Yes, the wisdom. We have so much wisdom. In fact, I say that they did all the job, in fact. Yeah, so as we clear these ancestral blockages, we just allowed to receive all the wisdom, all the knowledge, because they overcame a lot of things, a lot of hurdles. And then everything is here. So is they saying to you, Lana, it's yours. Use all this wisdom for your book, for your program, for having a new relationship, for making your dreams come true, your pure heart desires. It's all there. All abundance, this richness in everything. Oh, I love it.
It is.
Yes.
so fantastic. It is so fantastic. It's just incredible. And like we always say at the end of this, there was so much juiciness in this. It's
Yeah,
like you squeeze everything out of that session. And then I just have to marinate in it because, you know, I need to receive it into my cells, into my soul. And then it's like, okay, now what am I going to do?
Yeah, because we are recalibrating the nervous system in our session. So that's why I said the integration after it is so important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give you, as I have a client that says, oh, give yourself time to smell the roses. Yes. So that's
absolutely. You know, it's like, it is really allowing from spirit. So, you know, we don't end the session and then just start do, go again, because then we're right back into the masculine. It's allowing that time to start receiving that wisdom and get into the flow of your truth.
Amazing. Into the flow of your own truth. Amazing. Yes. Yeah. Amazing, Lana. Woo! I love it.
Me too.
I love it. Thank you so much, okay, for accepting my invite to be here.
Thank you for having me. It was such a joy.
All right, sweetheart. Thank you so much, and see you tomorrow.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Bye. Bye-bye.